Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and well, welcome to another Rocks chat. So I've just been busy filming and uploading my new latest little unboxing video for my accessories, and they are adorable, and some hand-dyed yarn. Very exciting. So that will pop up at sometime in the week. I'm not sure when, but yeah, lovely stuff. Really, really, really nice. It's taken a little while to get here. I bought it a little while ago, but I'm pretty excited about most of it, to be honest with you. Oh, so yeah, I had a bit of a horrible day today. I've had a horrible headache for the last couple of days, and I don't know why, but it's a sort of a nasty kind of right at the front there, and it's made me anxious, made me feel like a bit of anxiety. So I have sat down today and crocheted. I've kind of finished a cake of yarn on my circle blanket, and it was either go out in the cold and get another cake for it, or do some of my shawl. So I thought, right, okay, I'll do some shawl. So I was doing that, watching a bit of the Formula One as well. So yeah, but I've had a bit of, I don't know what, I can't put my finger on it, but obviously something is bugging me. Now I started to wonder the other day as I got a headache and started feeling a little bit off. Could this be the bee propolis? So I started Googling, and apparently it's meant to help with anxiety, and it's meant to help with lots of things. So I could have, I thought, well, maybe it's not, but I'm going to give it a rest for a couple of days and see what happens, and see if the headaches go. And it might not be anything to do with it, it might just be the change in the weather, because it's become freezing cold and raining. Oh my God, it doesn't stop raining. So yeah, it could be that the pressure of the atmospheric pressure and stuff like that. So let's have a look at Book. I can't believe we're still going with this book. It seems like it's been going forever. I've still got the 2 new joke books down there. I seem like I undid that Happy Mail a very long time ago, but it's still like all this way to go in the book. Look, it's quite a bit. It's just because there's so many on a page. That's why, I think. Okay, so remember when baseball cards in the spokes transformed any bike into a motorcycle? Well, I do remember that, but we didn't use baseball cards, obviously, because we didn't have them. But what we did have was playing cards, just normal playing cards, normal deck of cards. And kids used to put them in the spokes of their wheels and sound like a little motorbike going down the road. So yeah, we did do that. Obviously not girls. Girls were far too refined for that malarkey, unless you were a tomboy, which, although I was always out getting dirty, I can't exactly call myself, I did play football a lot. Well, I was just a bit of a mucky kid, I guess you could say. So I'm a bit reluctant to rip off my Grogu's, because that was like the best one for a long time. Well, as it's weekend, we've got one picture does 2 days, and it's of that big job, that big guy, the big, I can't remember what they're called, but yeah, gigantic thingy. Yeah, I don't remember names as well as I used to. When I was younger, I had such a brilliant memory. There were, I could just hear something once and I would remember it. Now it's like, oh, if I don't write it down, or I don't put a date in the calendar, that's it, it's gone and forgotten. And if it wasn't for the fact that they send me reminders, don't forget you've got an appointment on this day, or don't forget you've got another appointment, I would never go anywhere. I'd miss them all, because I've just become so bad, really. I have. It's terrible. Anyway, let's move that out of the way. This is, I said I did some unboxing. As I took it out of the box, I put it in a gigantic bag, and it's down there, so ready to go. We'll check it against my little list that they sent me and make sure it was all there, because I thought a couple of things I'd ordered 6 of, I got 5. So I thought, mate, I will check it properly and thoroughly and make sure I've got everything I'm supposed to have. But I do play with my I bet I'm not the only one. You know, when you put something in your basket and a little while later you go and take it all out, and then you put more stuff in that basket, and then you put the stuff you had in your first place that you took out back, and then you suddenly go, oh, how much? And you take it all back out again, and then, you know, do that rather a lot and play with it. So now, oh, I want to get that now. So if I get less of those, then that would be all right. And so these are for my shop, really. Well, apart from maybe a couple of bits that are for me. Well, I have to guinea pig try them out, you know, to know if they're good to stock, really. But what I did, oh, you'll see. I won't tell you because I'll spoil it. I'm just too excited about it. That's the trouble. You know, new stuff, new stuff. There's so many new things I could get. There's just so much I want to put in there and so much I want to get. I did email the other day, did a couple of emails about advertising. Yeah, I did it before Christmas. For about 3 months, I advertised in Let's Knit Together, and it was meant to be in the magazine Let's Knit. But during the time of my negotiations with them, the person who was in charge left, went somewhere else, and then they sold the magazine. So Let's Knit Together was an online magazine or newsletter type thing. So I ended up in that. And I don't know that I got that much in the way of coverage. I would like to know if, I don't know how I could find, I would probably never be able to find out how many of the orders I got before Christmas were from there. I don't suppose any really, but you never know. There was two monthly ones and a Christmas one, the Christmas special, when they put my Christmas gift bags in there. So, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I can't tell how successful it was. But they do say they don't say, I say make one change. That way you can gauge its the level of its success or not. So I've got one that's kind of local, but I was hoping to reach Kent. But he got back to me and said, oh, I could put you in like Sittingbourne and Sheppey, which is where I used to live, and here. And I'm thinking, no, I don't really just want to hit there. I want to be in Kent, you know, so that I could conquer Kent and then maybe the world. Who knows? But so that was one, and another one. I message them a lot and I never get a reply, which is the contact that they give never responds, so it must be old information or something. But I will figure that out. But I will only do one first, because as I say, you don't know which one's the successful one then if you do more than one. Yeah, so that's that. That's what one of the things I've been doing. Not much else. So I did my very first ever little, you know, those little bags with hearts on. Gary said I do rubbish hearts. I don't think so. I think they're pretty cool. Well, you might be right. The one with the hearts on. I sent one out the other day and got feedback that they loved everything in it. And somebody bought one of my organzas and they loved everything that was in it. So that was cool. You know, always get... I stuff these things and I send them off and I think, what if they don't like it? What if they're not happy with my choices? You know, and then they come back, oh, that was absolutely beautiful, loved everything that was in it, and I'm like, you know, it always happens to me. I don't know why, but I put all this stuff in and I think I love it, but maybe they don't love it. But, you know, it's yarn, everybody loves it. So, and I never just put boring stuff in. I always remember getting those Deramores mystery boxes that I used to order so that I could unbox them in front of you. And they were always like dark red, dark blue, you know, fawn colours, you know, dark green, stuff that they couldn't sell and was left with. And it would be like, why am I doing this? You know, this is not my idea of a mystery box. This is my idea of you shove your stuff you can't flog on me. That's what that is. And the worst of it is I did it more than once. Well, you know. So I vow that I never ever will do that to anybody. If anybody buys a mystery box or a mystery bag or anything from me, they get stuff that's, lovely. They get the best. And things that they might not have tried before. That's my way of thinking. So, so it's weekend again. Oh my God. But Gary's brother, I was hoping that we would see Paul and Victoria, but things happened and they couldn't come. So yesterday, Gary's brother Melvin, that's the one whose partner recently died, he asked if he could come down, and he kind of only gave us about an hour or so notice for it, and I was like, yeah, cool, yeah, come down. So that'd be nice for Gary. He hasn't seen him for a while. And as Martin, his other brother, is out, he's coming to us, and Gary's going to make him breakfast. I think Gary's struggling a tad with the diet, trying to get into the zone. I've not been off it. I've not had anything I shouldn't, not once. But I feel like I've plateaued a little bit. So for me, it's time to spice it up a little bit and put some nuts in or something, just to kind of give it a push. Because I find that usually works with low carbing. When it gets boring. So also we got some mince for our dinner. We didn't end up having it yesterday, so we'll have it today. And do like a savoury mince meal. It's been so cold, you need something warming. But it gets a bit boring just eating, oh look, we're having steak or chicken or lamb chops. Or, that's it. What else is there? With a bit of salad or with a bit of veg. So try and, spice it up a little bit, or break the monotony. I know, how can anyone ever get sick of having things like that? But, we've had turkey, we've had duck. Not for a while though, I have to say. Although we do have a couple of duck breasts in the freezer. So we might have those on Sunday. I'm not sure. But we, I've got a cauliflower to make cauliflower cheese, and so hopefully make it a little more interesting than it is, because, it gets monotonous after a while. I've got fish as well, but I don't know about you, but I never fancy fish. I never think, I must have fish today. But when I eat it, I really enjoy it. It's just a bit of a chore to get me to have it. But Gary was digging his heels in about veg, and I said, no, you need to have some. I said, I'm going to cook it and you're going to eat it. So I did some broccoli, and I did baby corn, because we're allowed baby corn. Can't have other corn, but you can have baby corn. So I thought, I'm going to have a little experiment with this. So I cooked it, and then I put it in a pan with some butter, and I just kept turning it over, and it tasted just like corn. It was lovely. But baby corn doesn't really taste like corn. Gary always said it tastes earthy, but when you roll it and cook it in a little bit of butter afterwards, it is yummy. So now he really likes it, so that's good. At least I've got him on some veggies. But he wants things like asparagus and the baby corn now. So, still not into the leafy stuff yet, but we'll get there. Maybe when we have the cauliflower cheese, we'll have something, vegified as well. I know it's veg, but it's not exactly, done like veg, is it? So, not much else to tell you other than the fact that I've had a really horrible headache and a kind of a knotted, anxious feeling. I don't know why. The other day I did an inside track, and I remember saying to my members, something's got to go wrong, because I'm just feeling way too good, as the song from Nickelback would say. Something's got to go wrong because everything's going too right. So maybe there's an omen. Something's coming. Or it might just be a headache. It might just be a headache. So I survived the dentist, didn't I? I've been, I've kind of been so paranoid about everything I have now, and I really must get some floss. I don't know about you, but I struggle with floss. I get it stuck. I've got a couple of teeth that are way too close together, and the floss gets stuck in there and I can't get the floss out. I suppose you can just go like that and it comes out. But sometimes I do get it stuck, and I'm not a flosser. I've got those banjos and I floss with that, but I really do need to look after my teeth, as Pam Ayres would say. Those of you from the UK will know who Pam Ayres is. She shot to stardom on a show called Opportunity Knocks back in the 70s. She was a poet, but she made funny poems, and she made one called "Oh, I Wish I'd Looked After My Teeth," and she had this lovely kind of West Country accent. Was it West Country, sort of like ooh, you know, kind of Devon Cornwall accent, or that sort of Taunton area, I think. And "Oh, I Wish I'd Looked After My Teeth" was a mate. It won. She won with it, and she went on for weeks being the winner with her little poems, which were brilliant. The things that come up when you chat, I don't know. They just babble away and then they pop. So Jane has not had her hats yet. Remember, I'm recording this on Friday evening, so you know by the time this goes out, she may have had them, but I've not had anything from her yet to say that she's received the hats, which is annoying. I'm hoping that she gets them, and as soon as I know that if it was a successful hat, I might do the tutorial for the hat. So I've done now the triangle, which is the triangle shawl granny. I've nearly finished that now. It's quite a size. I've got a little way to go, I think. But I don't know what to do on the border. I'm kind of don't know whether to put a border or just pick one of the colours out of it and do a few rounds of that, and then I don't know, maybe some scallopy edge. I have no idea what to do as a border on it. Maybe you can give me some hints of what I could put on there that might work. So yeah, I've done that tutorial. I did the right-handed and the left-handed. Doing the left-handed tutorials has become easier, thank goodness. Much, much easier than it used to be. So that is cool. I'm glad about that. And I hope it doesn't change. But yeah, you know, when software changes and things become harder again, I hope that doesn't happen. So yeah, I've done that, and I've got quite a way into the circular blanket. Gary said, "What are you going to do with that?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to put it over the sofa because the colours really go well." And he said, "But how can you put a round blanket on?" And I went, "Well, if it's big enough, it just works. Just don't worry about it. It's just round and it's a blanket. You put it over your lap or whatever." So I think he can't understand why I'd want a round one, you know. Anyway, I had an epiphany earlier, and I suddenly remembered how my mother used to do a round blanket, and the number that popped into my head before with the increases was right. This is not the same as how she did it, but I might do it. I might actually do one how she did it and see. Yeah, possibly, if I get the time. So I've got lots of things as well. I've got blankets to make, all that Aldi yarn that I bought especially to make blue blanket, and other stuff. I've got to get cracking with it. So anyway, I'm going to get off and upload this, put my goods on my computer, which is sitting at the side of me, and get all that done. I already put some of them on eBay because I knew that by the time anybody might have bought one, I'd definitely have them, but I didn't like to put them in my shop. I don't know what the difference is, but I didn't. I thought I'd wait just in case there was a problem. And yeah, so I've got that to do as well, and dinner. So I better get moving. So thank you very much for spending your morning or whenever you've spent your time with me. And it's the weekend, so you know what that means. Winners video and giveaway. I'm not sure if there's anything else going to pop up, but you never know. I'll see you on the next one. Oh yes, and lots of Formula One to watch. That's cool. I'm glad that's back. Bye for now. I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone.